Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maura. I am here with a breastfeeding update for you guys. So I know I have not filmed a video in so long, probably like 5 months, probably, yeah, 5 months now. I had been having some computer technical difficulties because I actually got my computer stolen. I left my computer outside my house and someone took it. So I had to wait for a computer, and my husband, he had a computer that he gave me, but we couldn't get into it because we didn't know the password. So here I am, making a video for you guys. I know it's overdue. My daughter Ava, who's the youngest, I have been breastfeeding her. I made 2 other videos on my channel about my breastfeeding journey. If you guys would like to check that out, I will put the links below so you guys can check those 2 videos out. But this one is an update. She is 12 months now. Yay, I have made it to the 12-month goal that I had set originally for myself, and I am so proud of myself, you guys. It was a very huge journey. And I couldn't be happier because I accomplished it, and I couldn't have done it without my husband and the group that I am a part of, and also my boss. She breastfed as well, so she understood my struggle and you know, worked with me a little bit with you know, being able to pump when I needed to, and also you know, just sticking to everything. Right now, my daughter is 14 months, and we do not, well, I am still breastfeeding her at 14 months. One thing that's different is I do not pump anymore. Pumping is completely out, and I think I stopped pumping at, like, I want to say 9 months. No, either 9 or 10 months I stopped pumping, because it was getting too much for me. And no, not 9 or 10 months. Around that like between 9 and 12 months I stopped pumping, and I would feed her in the morning before I went to work, and sometimes she would come to work with me because I am a preschool teacher, so she was able to come. You know how it works out at my job is that I can bring my kids with me if I needed to. My daughter Skylar goes to work with me now. They actually both go to work with me now, but before that happened, you know, I would bring them to work whenever I was able to, or if, you know, my husband needed to do something, then I would bring them to work and he would go do what he needed to do. And while at work, I was able to breastfeed her, because she would sometimes be in my classroom, or she would go to the classroom that she was supposed to go to, which is the baby room. And during that time, I did not pump. I would just, you know, take her from her classroom, or after I would have her, I would just attach her to me, put a blanket over, and feed her like that, which made it a little bit easier for me because pumping was such a hassle for me. And I just didn't have the motivation or strength to want to leave whatever I was doing in the classroom to, you know, go pump. Also, the room that I was originally pumping in was being occupied. They were opening up another classroom, so I was unable to actually use that room, and then the only option that I had was the office. But if my boss came to work, then that option was, you know, out of the window, or I had to wait until 3:30 when she leaves, and then you know, then pump. But by the time that came, I was already doing something because the kids wake up, you know, it's snack time, trying to get their afternoon activities. So it was just too much. So I was like, okay, you know what, I'm not going to pump anymore. I'm just going to feed her. I still had some milk that I had frozen in the freezer for months ago, so I would use it if I needed to, but I was still producing a lot of milk that by the time, even, you know, I didn't have to worry about running out or anything, because I think I had an oversupply of milk, but I just didn't realize that it was an oversupply. But right now she's 14 months and I am still breastfeeding. She has to go to daycare that that I work at as a preschool teacher, and she is in the baby room. And everyone that I know keeps telling me that I need to stop breastfeeding. That she needs to be transitioned off the boob. And honestly, weaning is hard. Yes, you guys. I'm having a hard time weaning her. I've attempted so many times, but I think it's both of us. I think more so of I want her to wean, but then again I'm afraid, if that makes sense. I would like to wean her off the boob during the nighttime just so that I can have more sleep, because it's all of us sleeping in that one bed and it's just crowded, and waking up for 3 or 4 times to feed her in the middle of the night it's tiring on me in the morning when I have to wake up at 4 o'clock, or so I can be at work early on time. I just don't get the sleep that I want to get. And also, like, when I'm feeding her at nighttime, if I have to go to the bathroom or something, because she's attached to me, the moment I move, she wakes up. And it's hard to get her back to sleep. So it's like, okay, well, I can't take my shower without having to bring her in to the bathroom with me, or her disturbing my husband or my daughter, because she's crying because she wants me, she wants the boob. So it's really hard. And everybody at my job and my husband and everybody's like, oh, you need to wean her, she's gonna be drinking from you till she's 3, 4. And I'm just like, no, that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna wean her. I want to wean her at 1.5, but then again, breast milk is not bad. And I think more so they're ready and he's ready because he wants her to be independent, and I want her to be independent as well. But it's just hard. Unless you are a breastfeeding mom, you breastfeeding moms know how hard it is to wean. So please, if you understand me, or if you have any tips for me, please let me know in the comment section, because I would like to wean her at 1.5 or even 2 years old before her second birthday. Her birthday is December 21st, so if I can get her off the boob, December, her second birthday, then that would be great for me, because I would like my body back and I would like my boobs back, But I'm just rolling with the punches right now. Sometimes it's hectic, sometimes it's not, but I'm just happy that I reached my goal. And I'm in the diet that I was eating before, because I told you guys that how to increase your milk with like drinking water, drinking lots and lots of water, eating carrots, eating oatmeal. I do not eat a lot of oatmeal anymore. I just think I have established, because she's always attached to me, that is what produced my milk. So it was always telling my body that I needed to produce more milk. But I drink tons and tons of water. Like, I would have 3 or 4 bottles a day of water. Like, and sometimes I'll have soda or whatever, which it's not. People say you have to eat healthy in order to enable to produce milk, which is true. But I think it's about how many times your child is attached to you, how much water intake you're taking in, and exercise, not stressing, because stressing can be a big factor in not able to producing milk. So if you're not stressing, if you're taking it one day at a time, research the Facebook group that I was a part of, which is the Breastfeeding Mamas group on Facebook. I don't know if anybody's a part of it, but I know I mention it so much. That group is heaven to me. There are a ton of other parents that are either struggling with breastfeeding, succeeded with breastfeeding, met their breastfeeding goals, are planning on having their first child, second child, and want to breastfeed. And they have tons of questions that they're asking you, and we help each other. We give advice to each other. There's also lactation consultants, or a part of that group, that are willing to help. They help you, with recipes on making cookies, lactation cookies, all of that. So it's a great group to be a part of. And I actually loved it. I was a part of it with my daughter, my daughter Skylar, because I breastfed her until she was 4.5 months, and that group helped me as well. And I wish I had continued to breastfeed Skylar when, longer. But, you live and you learn as a young mom, and if I ever had any more kids, I think I would breastfeed them as well, just because, I succeeded with my daughter Ava, and I think if I could do it with her, then I can do it with, any other time. I feel like I have something in my eye. I'm sorry. So, I feel like, eating good is also, but you also can eat whatever you want. Just make sure you have the right water intake. You drink as much as you give. So, you drink at least 4 bottles of water every day. You're eating your oatmeal, you're eating your carrots, you're, snacking every periodically. Make sure you're always fed. You're not skipping any meals, not skipping breakfast, not skipping lunch. You're snacking throughout the day. You should be perfect. And also, if you're pumping, so if you ever feel like you are low, because there's times that I felt like I was low in supply, I wasn't producing enough, or you've pumped and you're like, oh, I'm not pumping enough. You guys, you produce more when the baby's drinking than what your outtake is when you're pumping. So what you're pumping might not be what you have, honestly, because the baby's suction is a lot stronger than the pump. And I know I used to put my pump on super, super, super high, thinking that, it's going to be good, but someone told me that it doesn't matter. And my daughter had a strong, sucking grip, so she would pull on my nipple, and I would be like, okay, well, I know she's getting some milk. And sometimes I would just pull it out, and then I'd be like, okay, yeah, she has a mouthful of milk. Or sometimes, if I felt like I wasn't producing enough, or I didn't feel like I had enough, I would take my boob and I would squeeze. I would squeeze it and squeeze it until I saw a ton of milk come out, and I would do it again to the second one, if I was unsure if I didn't have enough milk being produced. And I would do that periodically. Even the days that, I didn't pump, I would go into the bathroom and, squeeze the other boob, just to make sure that I had enough boobs, just to let my body know that, do not stop, stop producing milk. And I think that helped as well. And then as soon as when I didn't pump at work, as soon as I got home, she was attached to me. From the moment I walked through that door till the next morning, she was attached to me. So I never stopped breastfeeding, even when I wasn't pumping. The time that I wasn't pumping, from the 3 o'clock to, I got home, to the 6:30, 7 o'clock, I wasn't pumping at all. But as soon as I got home to her, she was attached to me. So it helped a lot. And that's really what's all. With my, nothing's changed. She's 14 months now, and I'm still breastfeeding her. So I would like to stop at 14. No, not 14. I'm sorry. I would like to stop at when she's 2. Or even 1.5, 2. So if you guys do have any questions or anything, please let me know in the comment section. I hope you like this video. And please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.